I've engaged with Iranna's practice for more than 2 decades now, and I find very interesting his artistic journey. I noticed that in this exhibition called Budi, which in his regional language or local language of Kannada means a stage between wood and fire turning into ash, turning white, turning grey, and there is emergence between matter and energy, and then how it takes on a new form. Ash has been some medium that he has used very often, very frequently. In fact, of late, for the last many years, he has been interested in using more of earth matter or material which is dug from the earth. I am really moved in the way that he has created both his sculptural forms and his paintings. Each work stands solitary and yet resonates with one another, resonates with each other. For instance, a single log of tree trunk placed against the wall. When you first approach it, you think it's a tree log cut and placed there, but that's deceptive because he has worked with such care and intensity to really bring out the textures of the tree trunk and give you a feeling of a dead tree. It bears an affect quality. It has something about its existence which is both unsettling as well as forces you to think about it, about its existence. Even when I look at his paintings, I'm quite amazed at his application and treatment. There are underlayers, several underlayers, which are to do with paint, but on top of it, he uses ash powder, he sprinkles coal powder, he uses clay powder, he uses indigo, he uses various such powders to create effects of fragility, of vulnerability, of sand, of layers disappearing, of something re-emerging. And that tangibility, that evocation of touch in his paintings is very sensitive. It carries with it several kinds of emotions, and it talks about the artist and his own understanding or his own sensitivity towards everything that he sees around him. In the smaller works here, I was quite moved in the way that he created textures which talk about environment, but also talk about erasure, talk about traces, take us back to primordial markings of the hand imprints left by people who lived in caves. So there is this kind of connection that Iranna makes with the past, with the ancient past, with this whole idea of human existence and what it meant then and what it has come to now. And it also makes us think, what are we going to do with this earth? What are we going to do with this universe that we inhabit, as we go forward?
I always wondering, to create something and getting more surprises in my work. So in that case, I think as I used as ash, you can see, and the ash is the wood is become an ash and ash become a sculpture or painting, and the same wood is becoming in the drawing. So, it is very interestingly it is play the role. The ash is becoming as a very important role here, and it was nothing, but it has become an important role, because the same ash which was a tree. So, I take that as well, I think they create something and try to bring that surface to more closer. The whole cycle is more exciting to me. When I stand in front of my canvas, I think that layers, the stories going in your mind, you are conceptualizing your ideas, you are trying to bring something what you want, you forcing yourself sometime, you are creating some new idea of that painting. I think each and every conversation has the layers. There is my painting layers at least on 7 to 8 layers, and the full layers, it is not one time. It takes around 3 days to create that layers, and all 3 days there is a lot of conversation with the negotiation with your ideas and a lot of communication. So, I think each layer has its own values, maybe different color, different time, it can change the certain stories. Something which is you removing and it is still the memory is there, you removing there is some memories there. That same way I think it's there is some small colors blinking under the canvas. So, the same way there is it was something, it is blinking, but still it is not gone, but it is still it is in the place, that's that type of surface I really, it give me some interesting creation. Again, it is not just a surface, it's each layer has its own time, each layer has its different experience, so that's how I create.